Hey YouTube, how's it going? My name is Chris, and I know it's been a little while since I made a video, but I'm back today to talk about my E92 335i and some of the great things that I love about this car. This video is brought to you by Firmoo Eyewear. They hooked me up with this pair of glasses, and if you guys go to the description below, you can check the referral code and get yourself a pair of brand new glasses for I really like the glasses a lot, and if you're someone that wears glasses when you drive, you may as well get yourself a new pair of cheap glasses. They're really inexpensive, but they're really high quality, and honestly I really like these more than the pair of Oakleys that I used to wear, so I'm gonna start wearing these like all the time. So definitely check the link in the description below. I'll be making a video about the glasses in general and talk about the company a little bit as well. So without further ado, let's dive right into this video. So right off the bat, just general overview, I love this car. I've owned this car for about 6 months. I've put about 3,000 miles exactly on it. I'm at about 122,986 miles, which is not that high, I guess, for a 335i. I mean, when you hear about all the maintenance scares and all that stuff, it sounds high. But if you look around at similar aged E90, E92 cars, you're gonna see a lot of them in the 110s to even 140s, 150s range. And I've even seen quite a handful in the 200s, which is just insane. So really the car is pretty reliable. It's just more the maintenance scare, which I'm gonna talk a little bit about in the dislikes video. But again, this is the things that I enjoy about this vehicle. So without further ado, let's start off with reason number one, the comfort, and I guess the comfort aspect of the driving experience. I'll talk about the performance aspect next, but so from a comfort standpoint, this car is extremely luxurious. The seats are really, really comfortable. This does have the sport package seats, so there's even the extra leg extensions, I guess, on the seat, or the thigh supports. So you can pull those out and give yourself a little extra leg support there for comfort. And you know, the seats are not too hard, not too soft. They have really good bolstering on the sides because it's the sport package, so they're extra comfortable there. Again, and just the amount of features this car has is just great. I mean, the navigation screen is really nice. It's a little dated, but again, it's nice to just have a navigation screen. The iDrive system, I think, is actually pretty decent. I mean, it's a little tough to get used to. So this run off of a DVD disc, it takes a little bit to load, but it's a nice feature there. Some other features the car has, it has a rear sunshade, so if it's super bright out, you can just put that up, or if someone's, you know, blinding you with their headlights, you can just put that up. Just, you know, gives you a little more of blocks a little bit of the glare out and stuff like that. So again, that's just another, I guess, comfort aspect, you know, makes the driving experience a little bit nicer. I don't really use it that much personally, but again, it's a nice feature that's just there. Obviously, this is on most cars now, but at the time it was more of an option, but it does have automatic headlights. When you put the car in reverse, the mirrors, the rear view mirrors aim down at the ground so you can see a little bit better. Auto lock and unlock. I just think it drives, the ride quality is really nice too. It honestly is a very smooth ride. The car is fairly quiet, but I did the Golf T mod just to make a little bit of a louder exhaust and low RPMs. It's not even loud by any means, but it just makes it sound a little better. And it's been an enjoyable car. Many of you guys that watch this channel know that I came from a completely modded S197 Mustang, and that car was the complete opposite on the spectrum. That car was a absolute nightmare to drive, and by the end of my ownership, I hated the car. I was sick of it, and it was just a completely stiff, really loud, uncomfortable car, and it was driving me insane. So this is the exact car that I wanted to get. I had actually looked at, you know, E92s for a long time before I picked this up, and I'm really happy with it. Like I said, so just going from this lowered, rowdy ass Mustang that was all loud, I have a nice, understated, very comfortable, smooth ride now, which is just awesome. I really, really love that about this car. And again, I mean, from a comfort aspect, there are a lot of features in this car that you wouldn't expect in a 2007 vehicle that this car has, and it's really good. It's an enjoyable time. On top of that, also, I mean, the audio system is great, so I really like that a lot. Let's talk a little bit about the performance aspect. So this car I picked up with the 6-speed manual transmission. It is the 335i, obviously, so it has the 3-liter N54 twin turbo engine, which is notoriously unreliable, which I'll talk about in the dislikes video. It makes 300 horsepower and 300 torque stock, which is pretty good number, especially for the time that it came out. There wasn't really too much standing in its way, I guess, other than maybe like some S-line cars. It's fairly quick. I'm not gonna say it's fast. I mean, the Mustang I had was much faster than this. This car is, you know, it's quick. I'm not gonna say anything other than that. But it's, you know, when I say that, it's because I've been in a lot of fast cars. I mean, if you're someone who's younger and you're looking at this as maybe like a first or second car, this thing will definitely get you moving. It definitely picks up speed very quickly. You definitely can feel the boost pick up. I'm not saying there's really a lot of boost lag, but you definitely notice it's a turbo car, especially when you're downloading in the RPMs. I mean, if you're just cruising around like 2,000 RPMs in like fifth, I mean, you know, you're not really gonna have much get up and go at all. And I mean, that's to be expected, but it's even less than in like a naturally aspirated vehicle. You know, the Mustang I had obviously a lot of torque, and it was a naturally aspirated car, so it was able to pretty much just, you know, lug along pretty nicely. But this, you really have to sort of get above 3,000 to really get the sporty aspect out of the car. The shifter is really nice. It's extremely buttery, extremely smooth. It's a pleasant experience to drive. The old car I had a short throw shifter, and it was very notchy. This is like butter. I mean, BMW shifters are perfect. I've driven a few others, and it stays consistent in this car. It's really just a perfect shifter. And the return spring, the spring that brings it back to center, is like super strong, so you can always just, if you just want to coast neutral, you can just kind of tap the shifter and it just always just flings right back to neutral. It's so nice. The steering is really good too. It's very precise. I wouldn't say it's like, you know, amazing or anything, but it's definitely got heavier steering than most cars I've driven, which I like. I think it's nice. I like it a lot, and it is pretty precise. It's not I wouldn't say it's like perfectly direct, like super sharp. It feels accurate, it feels good. It doesn't feel by any means sloppy. And if you drive this car, you'll see what I mean. It's really just a perfect like daily driver blend. It's accurate, it's good, it's comfortable to drive. A lot of cars now, you know, the steering systems are super easy and loose, and it just feels all just, you know, there's really no accuracy or anything there. You don't really have like the I guess the connection. This definitely has that, and it feels good. It feels really good. The other thing that I like about this car is actually the practicality of it. Obviously it is a coupe, but it's definitely bigger, I'd say, than comparable coupes in its price range. I mean, obviously like an S2000, a 350Z or G35. I feel like those cars are definitely much more, I mean, well, S2000 obviously, and same with the 350, but even like a G35 I think is a little bit smaller inside. It feels like it's a large vehicle inside. I mean, there's plenty of space. It is a 4-seater, so it has a center console splitting up the rear, but I was able to fit friends in it with no problem. I mean, my friend yesterday was sitting in the back seat. He's 6'4", so he's even taller than I am. He really didn't have a problem. He's like, oh, well, this actually has a lot of headroom in it. I'm kind of surprised. On top of that, you know, you have a big trunk space. You have a, you know, folding rear seats, the ski pass-through, all that good stuff. You know, moving home from college was always, you know, a concern because I had to bring all my stuff home. So, you know, this car really had no issue. I mean, I just loaded up the trunk and the cabin here, and everything was fine. In a similar aspect, this car doesn't really sit that low, so for, you know, someone who might be a little bit older, or you're going to be having someone older sit in the car with like bad knees or something like that, it's not like they're going to be sitting like way down in the seat or something like a Corvette. It sits plenty high off the ground, and it's not an issue at all. So, and the fourth pro that I'll mention, and this is for people who are prospective buyers, the value of this car. This is a car that had a MSRP of probably $50,000. I mean, this car has every option but the parking sensors, and for the basically highest end BMW coupe behind an M3, it really is a fantastic value considering I got it for about 9,000 bucks. Now again, obviously it had 120K on it, you know, all that stuff, but that is the pretty much going rate. I wouldn't say I got a great deal, I wouldn't say I got a bad deal. As you know, if you watched the video when I picked it up, this car had a lot of maintenance done to it, so I guess that sort of helps justify the price compared to some other deals some people may find. I'm sure people are going to be screaming at me saying, oh my god, I got mine with, you know, 100,000 for that price, or, you know, 90,000, whatever. But it all depends on the area you live in, of course, and what's been done to the car and maintenance and all that, so you have to consider that. But from a general price point, you can easily find a, you know, I'd say higher mileage, let's say between 80 and 120. You can easily find one of these for 7, 8, 9,000 bucks. And it's a car that once carried a much more expensive price tag, and you get all of those luxury features this car has. You get the excellent like BMW driving experience. These cars are really well made for driving, and I'll say that about any German car that I've driven. Audi, Porsche, Mercedes, the driving experience, you drive something like that versus a Japanese or American car, and you know, obviously the reliability aspect is to be of a concern, but the driving experience, they really know how to make the car feel dialed, very tightened up, and just very precise. And I just love that. This car definitely has that, and it's fantastic. I think the bang for buck on a car like this is just, it's unmatched. I mean, I don't really know any other cars out there that get the job done like this. I mean, I guess maybe the Audi A5, but the Audi A5 is still pretty expensive. There's also problems with those. This is definitely, the E90 and E92s are definitely the cheapest of the luxury brand coupes that are in the 10-year age division. All right, guys, that pretty much sums up my likes of this car so far. If you have any comments, please leave them below, or any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them about the car. You know, I have no problem helping people out if they have any questions about a car they're looking at, or, you know, etc. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give it a like. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos like this one. I'll be making the dislikes video and then the general full review of this vehicle as well coming up. I have some Maserati Alfa Romeo videos coming up soon as well. So I have a lot of good stuff planned for this summer, and currently I'm jobless, so I guess I'll have all the free time in the world until then to make videos. So again, just be sure to hit the subscribe button. That really would be appreciated, and I look forward to seeing you guys next video. Take care.